Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cactus Arcade. So, I said we were going to talk about Phineas and Ferb, but in between episodes, we realized Graham doesn't know about another thing. So there was a Geico commercial with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Wait, this isn't right!
Well, it's too late now!
No, I mean, we did this already!
What do you mean?
Ah, fuck it!
Mick today at 7:14 p.m. Holy shit, you guys talk about the Geico commercial again. Graham today at 7:14 p.m. How? Casey today at 7:15 p.m. We at least don't say the exact same thing again, right? Mick today at 7:16 p.m. No. Casey, you've suddenly seen a commercial, and Graham, you've apparently never heard of the commercial before despite having talked about it previously. Graham today at 7:16 p.m. Fuck. Mick today at 7:16 p.m. This is so surreal. Graham today at 7:17 p.m. How are we so bad? Taylor today at 7:17 p.m. The worse the first one is, the better the rest will be. That said, can we get you guys to solemnly swear on camera that you're done with superheroes and other such things? Graham today at 7:18 p.m. At this point we could burn the rest of the playthrough and lose nothing. Taylor today at 7:18 p.m. Nah, you need to learn from it. Christian today at 7:18 p.m. New is funny. Yeah, he right. Casey today at 7:19 p.m. We will never again talk about superheroes unless it is related to the game. Christian today at 7:19 p.m. We should absolutely play Spider-Man and just never talk about any superheroes. Casey today at 7:19 p.m. But we have to edit this video to bring out the surrealness. There must be a way to salvage this. Taylor today at 7:20 p.m. That's why I liked when Mick played the music from whatever sitcom it was when you guys went back to Endgame. Casey today at 7:20 p.m. We stuck in life a Groundhog Day loop where me and Graham keep repeating the same conversation. Taylor today at 7:20 p.m. Like at this point we should just call it out every time. Casey today at 7:20 p.m. Curb your enthusiasm. Taylor today at 7:20 p.m. Thank you. Christian today at 7:20 p.m. Okay, so maybe at this point, instead of stopping it, we continue the superhero and repeat conversations twice as hard. Taylor today at 7:21 p.m. Except no. Christian today at 7:21 p.m. People will think we're insane. We'll start an ARG profit. Casey today at 7:21 p.m. Turn the playthrough into an existential examination of our media tastes. Taylor today at 7:21 p.m. Just read a list of every superhero name. These are terrible ideas. Casey today at 7:21 p.m. The Halo Let's Play becomes a commentary on the bleak media landscape. Christian today at 7:22 p.m. For an entire episode, just superhero names in a monotone voice. No other commentary. Casey today at 7:22 p.m. What if instead of finishing the game we instead try to break the game? So that we can break free from the shackles. The shackles of talking about superheroes. Taylor today at 7:22 p.m. All they talk about is not wanting to talk about superheroes. Casey today at 7:23 p.m. I saw a copy of Superman 64 at an old games store yesterday. I could buy it and we could be forced to play it. Taylor today at 7:23 p.m. Is it punishment to make Graham play it though? Casey today at 7:23 p.m. Yes. Have you ever played that game? Taylor today at 7:23 p.m. But he's in his element. Oh, believe me, I know the game. Casey today at 7:23 p.m. No one's element is Superman 64. Taylor today at 7:23 p.m. Graham sees the good in everything Superman though. Casey today at 7:24 p.m. We see if Graham can bear the weight of his Superman apologia. Fuck it, Mick, just clip this conversation and replace the commentary with a text-to-speech voice reading out what we're saying here. We need to go surreal as fuck. Robots need to replace me and Graham because that is what we have become. We have no souls, only superhero movies. Taylor today at 7:25 p.m. But you need to become robots with enough free will. Talos principle this shit. Casey today at 7:25 p.m. Free will isn't real. People don't have it. All of our decisions are determined by the actions of others and the chains of our memory. Chain of memories. Taylor today at 7:27 p.m. See how long we can go without bringing up Endgame here. Just do this for an episode and see what happens. Episode 20, Surpassing Free Will. Christian today at 7:27 p.m. Episode 40, We're Losing Control. Graham today at 7:28 p.m. Correction, Superman 64 is a heathenish trash heap. Taylor today at 7:28 p.m. Careful guys, it's reverse psychology. He wants us to throw him into the briar patch. Casey today at 7:29 p.m. I want to play Superman 64 with Graham. Graham today at 7:29 p.m. I don't. Taylor today at 7:30 p.m. If it happens, it's a free play. Punished Casey today at 7:30 p.m. Oh, for sure. Graham today at 7:31 p.m. It'll be the last game one play on this channel before I shut it down. Taylor today at 7:31 p.m. Superman 64. Graham talks about Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman. Punished Casey today at 7:31 p.m. Superman 64. Graham cries because his hero betrayed him. Taylor today at 7:32 p.m. Superman 64. Superman 65. Graham today at 7:32 p.m. More like he was betrayed by the developers. Punished Casey today at 7:32 p.m. Man of Steel 64. The Virgin Batman Arkham vs. the Chad Superman 64. Taylor today at 7:33 p.m. Yeah, we should just probably stay away from superhero games until all the poison is out. Christian today at 7:44 p.m. On a random tangent about tomorrow's Sly. This is the episode where you guys talk Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Meaning that we have completed the Triforce.
Okay, so Phineas and Ferb. Do you know anything about the Phineas and Ferb Marvel crossover?
I know Danny Trejo is in it.
He's Whiplash, I think.
I think he's either Whiplash or Venom.
Right. So here's the deal. It takes place in the same part of the Marvel multiverse as those cartoons that are based on the MCU movies.
Yeah.
So Avengers Assemble, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ultimate Spider-Man. It's that continuity. So this is an official canon part of the Marvel multiverse. So Phineas and Ferb is a part of the Marvel multiverse. Just putting that out there. So Thanos exists in this universe. So just want to, and Ultron and all of that shit. It coexists.
Who do you think Tony Stark got the idea for Ultron from?
From Phineas and Ferb. so the plot of the episode, Phineas and Ferb make a big space station and they surf some asteroids. And as you do, they get into the lawn, and then Doofenshmirtz has a power takerinator thinger, and so he wants to take his brother's mayoral powers. But Perry the Platypus smashes it.
Yeah.
But when he smashes it, it sends a beam up that bounces off of the Phineas and Ferb satellite that they made, and beams down into New York City, where Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, and Thor are fighting Whiplash, Venom, MODOK, and the Red Skull.
Yeah.
And it takes their powers away from them. So Nick Fury finds out what happened, and he links it to Phineas and Ferb's satellite, and he finds Perry the Platypus, and he has them go fight Dr. Doofenshmirtz because the Red Skull, MODOK, Whiplash, and Venom want to go find Dr. Doofenshmirtz for his help because he immediately blogs about it. Because he sees it on the news that the Avengers lost their power, so he immediately blogs about it on the internet, and so they show up. And so Doofenshmirtz wants to be friends with the Red Skull and all of them because they're evil. And they see all of his innators and they're like, this man is an idiot. This man is a moron. But they go get ice cream with him and stuff. So Doofenshmirtz goes and gets ice cream with a Nazi. I would just like to point this out that Red Skull is a Nazi, an actual fucking Nazi. And Doofenshmirtz goes and gets ice cream with him. A man who literally served next to Hitler. Doofenshmirtz.
Okay,
so then
I just spent 10 minutes walking in a circle.
The Avengers, or the Spider-Man, Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man.
So how does the ray take away Iron Man's power?
That's an interesting question, you see. So what happens is he can't use the suit. He's just stuck inside it. They have to wheel him around. Yeah, I know. And he doesn't have connection to Jarvis either. So they go to find Phineas and Ferb, and they make a thing that's gonna give them their powers back. But Candace messes it up because she wants to show the Avengers her fan fiction. So Candace writes fan fiction about the Avengers in a world. She writes fan fiction about the Avengers in a world where the Avengers are real, which is kind of.
Well, I mean, people write fan
People
fiction
do.
about real people all the time.
That's true. I mean,
People are probably writing fan fiction about us as we speak.
Miss Marvel does write fan fiction about
Yes,
the Avengers.
I love that.
So it's okay, but it's also really funny for it's one thing for writing fan fiction, but it's another thing for Candace to be like, here, sign my fan fiction to the Avengers themselves. That's weird. And it's also wacky coincidence that her fan fiction is about the specific Avengers that lose their powers. It's like it shows like her getting carried by Thor. It's real weird. So they mix up their powers. So Iron Man gets Thor's powers. Thor gets Spider-Man's powers. Spider-Man gets Hulk's powers, and Hulk gets Iron Man's powers. So the funny part about this is that Hulk's powers, since he doesn't have the Iron Man suit, do absolutely nothing. He's just...
Oh my god.
He's just there, and they're like, Hulk got Iron Man's powers, but since he doesn't have a suit, it doesn't really do anything. And he
But
goes,
does he sound like, is it Hulk or Banner?
It's Hulk. Banner never shows up. He's Hulk the whole time, which is usually how it works in these cartoons. It's usually the Hulk and not Banner.
Yeah.
Which is another thing I like about Earth's Mightiest Heroes, because there was that one episode where they meet Banner, and Hawkeye is like, Hulk is an Avenger, not you. And that's a really interesting take.
One second, like real quick here. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with the MCU. I feel like Disney's done a lot of like great things with it. The thing they have actually absolutely just gutted is their animation.
Yeah.
Like say what you will about DC, but like the DC original movies are at worst solid, but at best really good.
Marvel animation sucks right now.
Yeah, it does.
They had such good shit before.
Yeah. Spectacular Spider-Man, one of the greatest incarnations of the character, because like on the small screen, because it focused so much on his personal life as his life as Spider-Man. When Sony sold the rights to the television rights to Spider-Man, they kept the rights to Spectacular Spider-Man. So no one could make new episodes of Spectacular Spider-Man. Then we got Ultimate Spider-Man,
which is just Deadpool.
Yeah,
it's like Teen Deadpool.
They're
with shields.
Disney's like operating under the it's kids, who cares camp.
Which sucks because the first Disney cartoon for them was Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah,
and it was really
that
good.
Was good. The theme song for Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
And then they canceled it to make room for another one that's more in line with the movies, and it's not as good.
No.
And then there's a Guardians one. There's a separate Hulk one.
Hulk and the Agents of Smash.
And there's a new Spider-Man one now.
The new Spider-Man, at least like from what I've seen, the first season was pretty bad, but they increased quality like somewhat. Like the first season, they introduced Miles.
Did they
give him powers in the first season. I'm like, okay, I like Miles, but I want Peter to have his chance to be his own Spider-Man, so he can be more of a mentor first.
Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can't just throw in these characters without giving them the proper room to develop as their own.
I feel like I don't know. Well, let me finish the Phineas and Ferb thing. Yeah. We can talk about it. So the funny thing about so they ask Hulk. They're like, so yeah, you have Iron Man's powers, but you don't have a suit, so nothing really matters. And he goes, I am feeling entrepreneurial. And they're like, his vocabulary's improved though. And then Perry the Platypus. So they go to the mall where Doofenshmirtz is getting ice cream with the villains to try to fight them, but they don't know their powers very well, so they fuck up. And then their powers end up weakening again, so they're like, oh, we didn't do this right. And Phineas and Ferb come as the Beak as well. But they get their asses kicked by the real supervillains. And then Perry shows up in disguise as a superhero to save them. And this doesn't like halt Perry's secret identity, because then he just leaves. And they're like, who was that? And Spider-Man's like, do you think it was Howard the Duck? And Iron Man's like, Howard the Duck? He had a beaver tail. And then, so can't they try to give them their powers back, But it fucks up. Candace fucks it up again by plugging it in too early and turns Baljeet into the Hulk.
Oh my god.
And Phineas fucking flips his shit on Candace. He gets more pissed off than he ever fucking gets. He's like, Candace, you dumb fucking bitch. Why are you doing this? You're fucking everything up. And he revokes her shed card. They build like a shed in the backyard that's bigger on the inside to do all this in. And he makes her leave and she sings like a sad song with Isabella about how girls never get to do anything in comics. And then
What?
they go fight Baljeet, Hulk, get their powers back, and then defeat the bad guys. It's really weird. That's the best thing that Disney Animation has done with the Marvel characters since Earth's Mightiest Heroes, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree with you.
It's hilarious. It's not the best crossover though. The better Phineas and Ferb crossover is the Star Wars one, which is actually really good. Have you seen that one?
No, but I know of it. So, please explain the Phineas and Ferb Star Wars crossover.
So the Phineas and Ferb Star Wars crossover is it takes a different approach than the Marvel one. The approach to this one is that Star Wars as we know it is happening, but Phineas and Ferb like subplot is happening alongside of it, and it actually even includes some moments are like deleted scenes from the movie that have like either made their way into novelizations of the movie or made their way like onto DVDs. There's like a deleted scene where Luke looks up and sees the battle over Tatooine with the Tantive 4 and the Star Destroyer, and that is part. They animate that. That's part of the cartoon. But so what happens is Phineas and Ferb are like the same. They are inventive farmers on Tatooine. They're like next door neighbors with Luke or whatever, and so. They make some cool machines to help them farming, and they're like, "Hey, Luke, you want some help too?" And he's like, "No, fuck you guys." And then I don't remember the specifics, but Candace, Baljeet, and Buford are all stormtroopers, and they're not very good at their jobs. So their superior officer gives them a mission to go get socks for Darth Vader, and something else. Adam and Jamie from the Mythbusters are in this episode. They voice stormtroopers.
But, alright. Does James Earl Jones voice Darth Vader?
That's a good question.
In that?
We're looking this up
because
now. What else? The other thing that happens is that Doofenshmirtz makes like an evilinator, and he turns Ferb into like Darth Maul. And Ferb and Phineas have to fight. They fight with modified lightsabers.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. My favorite character in it though is Isabella. Hang on, so Phineas and
Is Isabella like Leia's handmaiden or something?
No, guess again. What do you think?
She a Jedi? She a droid?
She's Han Solo.
Yes! Oh my god, I love this.
So Isabella is Han Solo, and she was about to do the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs when Han Solo cuts her off, and so she wants revenge against Han Solo for this.
Oh my god! Like I gotta just time out. I gotta give you credit for like the people who make Phineas and Ferb. They could have just. They got like we want you to make a Marvel and a Disney crossover Phineas and Ferb. They could have like half-assed it. Sounds like they put like actual genuine just like effort and love like into this.
Okay,
like,
so
I'm not laughing at it because I'm like, oh, this is so stupid. I'm laughing because like this is something I would want to see.
It's funny.
It is.
It's Phineas and Ferb. Let's see, does it show up separately on IMDb if I search Star Wars? Because Wikipedia didn't give me anything. It just said that Adam and Jamie were stormtroopers in it, and it said that what's his name? Simon Pegg is C-3PO.
Well, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, they were in an episode of Phineas and Ferb where like Doofenshmirtz like spreads like a zombie-like plague that turns everyone into Doofenshmirtz. And they,
Really?
I'm pretty sure they play their characters from Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yes, I've seen this. Okay, I'm looking at. I just got to Phineas and Ferb Star Wars on IMDb. It's loading. All right, let's see. I'm trying to remember what else happens. Doofenshmirtz. Oh, there's a Norm 3PO. Gretchen.
Hi, I'm Norm.
Vanessa is a Twi'lek, whatever. Twi'lek. Is that what it is? So it is not. It is someone named Eddie Pittman is the voice of Darth Vader, but I don't think he has a lot of lines.
Oh, I was really hoping it was James Earl Jones.
And let's see who's in the Marvel one. Let's look at that.
Have you watched Star Wars Rebels?
No,
I've heard good things about it. Literally, the only reason why I can't get into it is the lightsabers.
They look weird.
Yeah, they're like...
Yeah. They're like thin.
Yeah, I'm like, why? They look so much less cool. Like, I get, like, oh, this is like the original concept art. But you know why that concept art was rejected, right?
So it is, so it's Drake Bell as Peter, Adrian Pazar as Tony Stark. It is Fred Tassacor as the Hulk, which is the same actor. Tassacor. He did it in Earth's Mightiest Heroes too.
Yes, he's like the official voice of
So it's Liam O'Brien as the Red Skull.
Liam O'Brien.
So Danny Trejo is Venom.
Okay.
And then Stanley has a cameo as a hot dog vendor in New York. Oh my god. Okay. Can I tell you something? I want to tell you one thing about Avengers that I saw that's possibly true. It's about the way that what the logo is. Can I tell you what the Marvel logo is in the movie?
No.
No? I'm gonna kill myself. I really want to. It's so cool.
Gotta wait.
I gotta wait.
Until Friday after, or actually Saturday, like 1 a.m. to seeing a 10 o'clock show.
Oh. Did you hear that a bunch of AMC theaters are gonna be like open around the clock for this movie?
Yeah, I also did like that whole like movie marathon thing, and I'm
my
I
God.
would not want to do that.
You could sleep through the movies you don't like. You could sleep through Thor: The Dark World.
I could.
Perfect ambient right there.
Yeah. Sleep through Thor: The Dark World.
Okay, one thing I really like, Thor: Ragnarok, the scene where they do the stage play.
Yes.
Of them dying. Did you realize? Because I recently rewatched all of them in preparation for this. Did you realize that? Do you remember the opera singers singing?
Yeah.
They are singing the music that plays in Thor: The Dark World when Loki dies. They're singing the score of the movie. I was like, when I rewatched that scene, I rewatched the Thor: The Dark World, and I was like, that music is the music the opera singers are singing in Ragnarok. That's a really good touch. That's a really good detail that nobody noticed, but they did it anyway.
Yeah, because people were asleep during Thor: The Dark World.
Nobody cared. Nobody remembered it, but it was there, and it was great. I also like the way the Asgard backdrop in that has an actual rainbow bridge.
Yeah.
And because I know it would be silly if it was an actual rainbow bridge.
It's Sam Neill and Matt Damon.
That's another thing that happens in the Infinity Gauntlet. Because Asgard.
Matt Damon shows up?
Yeah, Matt Damon is in it. He's just there, even though he wasn't like a known person yet. He was probably still a child. I don't know how old he is, but I feel like he would have been a teenager. It was 1991. But so,
what year is Good Will Hunting?
that was like late 90s.
So yeah, probably still.
So something that happened was, obviously the scope of the like gods that are characters in Marvel Comics was bigger. So Odin gathers like Zeus, he gathers like Egyptian gods, Native American gods, like all the gods in Asgard to go fight Thanos, and then Thanos destroys the Rainbow Bridge and they're stuck there.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do that in the movie because there's no Asgard anymore, and there's no. I guess is the Bifrost gone now, or not?
I mean, Thor was able to use it.
Thor was able to use it.
I think. Give me a health pack or something.
Something I want to understand is how are we doing for time?
We are at 20 minutes 49 seconds.
Okay, so next episode we will discuss how Valhalla and the Underworld and Hell and all of that works in the Marvel universe. because I don't understand it.
Okay. And I'll be past this bridge.
You'll be past this
I'll be
bridge.
past well, by the time we start, I'll be past this bridge.
Okay. Go, Graham.